Good morning, everyone. It is March 13th, I believe, 11 o'clock on the East Coast here. My name is Jamie. If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, I am the Jamie in Stampin' Up with Jamie. I am a Stampin' Up independent demonstrator and get the absolute pleasure of sharing all things paper crafting with you, which is a passion of mine. I love doing it. It's my hobby. It's my business. It's all things that I love and hold dearly. So, if we haven't met before, I'm so glad you're here. Maybe you're catching the replay or you're here live with me. I'm super excited about today's card, kind of because there's a big backstory to it, and I'm going to get into that in a second. So each week I try and focus on a specific product. It can be paper, can be a bundle, can be a suite, can be a tool, can be whatever. And this week I'm focusing on the Filled with a Fun bundle. Now, this bundle is, you're not going to find it in any current catalog or any catalog at all. It is part of our online exclusive line. And if you're wondering what that is, it means it's exclusively online, just like the name says. So you can go onto my store, onto the website, and you can find it there. And there's a whole bunch of new things that just dropped, and I'm loving like literally all of them. I could have one of everything and happily stamp and create for a very long time. So the Filled with Fun is one of those. It's super cute because you can make stamped wagons. You can make die cut wagons. You can use the images on their own or together. And it's one of those that will work for feminine cards, for masculine cards, kids cards, adult cards, graduations, birthday. I mean, the sky's the limit. It's just one of those catch all. Maybe not so much sympathy. I think would be the one kind of card you really can't make this work. But everything else that's kind of celebratory, it's very versatile and you can do a lot with it. So I'm super excited. Good morning, Deborah and Judy, Noreen. Hello. It's such a cute bundle, right, Judy? So let me switch my screen. I'm going to show you first the cards that I am sharing this week, and then I'm going to give you a sort of a background of how this card came together, because it was quite the process. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know the process. I talked about it in length on Monday. So here's today's card. This is the one we're going to be making together today. I didn't put these in order. Yesterday's card. Come back. Hold on. They're all sticking to each other. Okay, there we go. Yesterday's card was this one. So I did the stamped images with the flowers and pulled in the designer paper from the Lighter Than Air and used lemon lime twist with some sweet sorbet and pumpkin pie for the flowers, and keep it really simple, like my jam. That's like the kind of cards I love. You know it. Tomorrow I am, well, let me show you the one that's going to be in my blog. So this is my card for my blog, and it uses the stamped wagon with the balloons, which I love. They're kind of like trailing off the wagon. And I already have my reel done because I'm going away, and so I had to work ahead of time. But for my reel, I switched up the color of the banners, and I think it does pop just a bit more as opposed to the balmy blue on balmy blue. So you can see kind of a couple of options there. Hello, Amy. And then Friday, I really wanted to just use kind of the image by one of the images by itself. And so I went with the flowers, and this will be on my card. This will be on my blog on Friday. And so I just stamped the flowers in a line on either side with some designer paper, stamped a sentiment, and die cut it. Now, again, because I'm working ahead, I already have my reel done, so I can show you. I really wanted to try a different shape for the sentiment. And so I did this instead, and I think I like it more. As is usually the case when I redo my cards and switch things up a little bit for Instagram. I like the circle, I think, a little bit more, but definitely some options. This uses the countryside corners. This is the die, one of the dies in the everyday details. I'm using a tons. I know the yellow, so much yellow, but it's so happy. I can get past it because it's a very happy with the daisies, which I don't think they're exactly the right size, the shape of a daisy, but we're going to call it close enough. So definitely lots you can do. This uses the die cut dies. This is the stamped dies. We have a present and cake image. We have a floral image. You can use the flowers by itself. You can add some balloons, like so much. Just mix and matching different elements in the bundle and just doing so much. Okay. Having said that, here's the stamp set again. I'm trying to get a glare. Maybe there, maybe there. Okay. So this is the stamp that has the presents and the cake. And I shared on Instagram. I'm going to share it, let you know, if you don't know already, I am a minimal color stamper. Okay. So let's bring my cards back. Well, this is the exception. So we're going to not call that one. But this one has, well, two colors in black, lemon lolly and I think I used lemon lime twist for that. So two colors. I don't know if you want to count black. This one's a 3-color card: pumpkin pie, flirty flamingo, balmy blue. Okay. So when I love minimal color. I get overwhelmed with lots of color. So when I saw this, I'm like, that's so many different colors. I do have such a love-hate relationship with yellow. Mostly hate, but it has its purpose. So I can love it in certain situations. So I first made this card. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Don't hate me for the card. It's not terrible, but I decided to bring in different colors, but stay in a color family. So all these are subtle. So balmy blue and, well, I don't think flirty flamingo is, but soft sea foam, petal pink, lemon lolly, bubble bath, I think that is. Okay, so I kept in a color family. I couldn't get past the red wagon. It just didn't work. And so many of you agreed on Instagram. But I really wanted the red wagon to work, but it just doesn't work. So I went back to the drawing board and I thought, maybe this time I won't do subtles. Maybe this time I'll go Brights family. So then I made this one, which is Azure Afternoon, Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo. I think that's Blueberry Bushel, Pumpkin Pie. Okay, so then I made this one. But then I'm like, so many colors. And I want to love it. I really, really want to just fall in love. And I think it's nice, but it's just not my style. It's not what I go for and what I do. And so I went back to the drawing board a third time and I'm like, okay, I'm going to just do a monochromatic card. I'll use different colors, but kind of stay in a color family. So I went with pinks and purples. Oh, I didn't get any of my markers out. I just realized. And that's how I came up with this card. And I love it, love it, love it so much more. And I thought, okay, well, pinks and purples are nice, but I wonder what it would look like with the blues and greens. So I went back to the drawing board a fourth time, and that's when I made this card. So, and I really think, you know, this is pinks and purples. This is blues and greens. You could do oranges and yellows. Notice I didn't do that one. You could, though. You could do yellows and oranges. You could do browns and do all neutrals. You could do, I'm looking at my colors. Whatever. You could really kind of stick to a color theme, monochromatic, if you are like me and less color is more color. Or color families are better than just lots of different colors. So you'll have to let me know, are you team purples and pinks or are you team blues and greens? Because it's funny you say that, Amy, because I just realized I need to get scrap out. People were very like one way or the other. Like they on Instagram, they'd be like, I like the pinks and purples, but oh my gosh, I love the blues and greens. Or they'd say things like, the blues and greens is nice, but oh, I love the pink and purple. So there's definitely team pink and purple, and there's definitely team blue and green, and there's a place for all of us in the paper crafting world. So if you're wondering these colors, Tahitian Tide, Lemon Lime Twist, I'm going off my memory, which is never good, Blueberry Bushel, Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, and Granny Apple Green. And then this, guys, is Lemon Lolly. I needed another color, and I'm like, yellow's kind of, it'll work. Gulp. Okie dokie, let's dive in. So that's the thought process behind the card. And the moral of the story is, if you're not happy with your card, just keep pushing, keep trying, keep doing different combinations until you like it. And when in doubt, walk away, because that's what I did. I I made the first two, walked away. I had lunch, and then I was like, you know what? Came back, made the purple one, and loved it. So, yeah, it's nice. It's definitely like it has its place. It's just not necessarily a Jamie card. Okay, so here I am. Bubble Bath, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5 is our card base. And ahead of time, I have a separate panel, 4 1/4 by 5.5, which I embossed. Oops, as I knocked everything over. With this sort of bubbly embossing folder. This is one of 3 in the basics 3D embossing folder. So there's 3. There's one that I use all the time. Of course, I didn't use it this week, so I can't show you, but I use it all the time. Then there's this one, and then there's a third one. So it's my favorite. This has so much depth and embossing in it. I'm going to adhere it down with liquid glue. I get asked a lot, and if Amy's on, this is because of her. Pure genius. Why do I emboss a separate piece of cardstock instead of just embossing the actual card front? Like, why am I wasting? I get that all the time. Why are you wasting cardstock? I'm not wasting cardstock. First of all, we create with an abundance mindset, right? We don't hoard our cardstock. We don't hoard our paper. We create with abundance. There's always more paper. Second of all, I do it, and this is what I learned from Amy, is that when you emboss the actual card front, it will, especially ones that have a lot of detail like this, it will warp your cardstock. It'll make it kind of curve and bend. And so in an effort to keep it nice and sturdy and stand up nice and straight, I do a separate piece and then adhere it to the front. Hello, Hilda. So happy to have you here today. Okay, that's on and good. Next, we're going to take a panel of basic white and a panel of berry burst. The white is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 squared. And the berry burst is just 1/8 bigger. So 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And we're going to mat them on one another. Like so. Now, because this is going on something with a lot of texture, I'm going to adhere it down with glue again. It just kind of gets, it's like an English muffin. It gets in all the nooks and crannies. Next time you're adhering something with an embossing folder, it really detailed, just think of an English muffin. You know, they're one of the same. Okay. Now we're going to build everything. I didn't do anything ahead of time. I was really tempted to, so I didn't have to color so much. But I thought, we'll color together. Why not? So I'm going to stamp the gift, banner, and presents image in Memento Black. Again, if you're curious as to what, I re-inked my Memento, and I think I re-inked it too much yesterday. If you're curious what black ink to use with your alcohol markers, it's a little thick, but we're going to let it go. You're going to do opposite mediums. So if you're using alcohol markers, you're going to use a water-based black. If you're watercoloring, you're going to use an alcohol-based black. So you're going opposite mediums. I didn't grab any of my markers, so give me a second here. Melon Mambo, Berry Burst, Bubble Bath, Highland Heather. I'm missing some. Flirty Flamingo. Well, and I used yellow for the candles. Is that it? I think that's it. Okay, ready? So this is the point in the program where we're going to talk amongst ourselves because I got to do a lot of coloring and it's going to take me just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo. And normally I would take my time just a bit more and hopefully I can go fast, talk, and stay within the lines. That's kind of a big ask. Okay, so I personally, and I've talked about this a lot, there's no wrong way to use your blends, and different people do it differently. I just do it this way. So I like to start with the lighter. So the Stampin' Blends, you get a light and a dark version of each color. And there's a brush end and there's a ballpoint end. I'm kind of pushing my luck with using the brush end with such small angles. Let's see how I do. But I like to start usually with the light color. I should have brought my glasses. I swear my eyes are going worse because I'm like squinting over here to see. So I like to start with the light and then I come in with the dark. Oops, as I color out of the lines. Hold on, I got to work this way. There we go. Oh, so much better. And then I come in with the dark just to add a little bit of contrast. Then I have to change. Okay, so this is Melon Mambo. Did I say that? Melon Mambo. What should we do next? How about Highland Heather? Oh, Fresh Freesia. That's what that is. I'm like, what is that purple? Sorry, guys. I basically pulled every light purple and pink we had, except for Petal Pink. I love Petal Pink. It's one of my favorite colors. But compared to the purples and these pinks, it looks peachy. I didn't want peachy. I wanted... Okay, I'm doing this right. I had a moment. I wanted pure pinks and purples. No peachy. Okay. Highland Heather has to be one of your favorite purples. Really, Debbie? I didn't know that. I tell you, those people that are team purple are diehard. Diehard team purples. And then Bubble Bath for the bow. Oh, Rosie, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yes. Feel free to like the video and subscribe. Subscribing is great because when I go live or if I upload a video, which I don't usually do, but when I go live, you get a notification, which is great, so you don't miss anything. So this is Bubble Bath, if I didn't say. Oh, gosh. I have a slight tremor in my hand. Do you guys have a slight tremor in your hand? It's quite annoying when you're doing a live and your hand is shaking. It's not nerves. It's all... I used to be a medical transcriptionist, and it just killed my wrists. I have no strength in my wrists. So bad. Okay. So that was Fresh Freesia. Now we're going in with Highland Heather. I got confused. Is this light? Yes. There is also Blackberry Bliss, which I considered using, but that's so dark. I didn't really want to go dark. I was trying to keep it light and happy. Not that Blackberry Bliss isn't a happy color. You know what I mean. I think. Do I know what I mean? Highland Heather. Okay, last but not least, oop, my Berry Burst rolled under my computer. This is Berry Burst. Okay, so this didn't take too long. I should have known because I did it 4 times on Monday coloring. I just kept coloring. Okay, hold on. I got to turn it sideways. Springy colors. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Paper crafters are so kind, I have to say. Okay, almost done. And then we're going to cut it out and continue. I did die cut ahead of time, so we don't have to do that. Okay. Oh, I got to do the candles. So candles, I'm just going to do Lemon Lolly. I didn't know. Can I ask you a dumb question? What did I ask once? What color to do the sky? And you guys went off on me. Like, how did I not know what color to color the sky? But when you're doing the candles, do you do it yellow or do you do it orange? because on one of my cards I did it yellow, and on another card I did it orange, and I wasn't sure which one is the proper way to color a candle. Thanks, Hilda. Okay, so now rule of thumb, if you find when you color, when you die cut, it shifts and cuts wrong, you may want to stamp a memento, cut it out, and then color. I've done it before where I don't do it that way. I take all this time to color it, then I run it through my die cutting machine, it shifts, and I ruin it. So rule of thumb, you may want to do it cut first and then color. Yellow, orange by the wick. Gotcha. Oh, fun, Rosie. Red Hot Society, but purple. That's interesting. I would have thought they would have used a red hat. I thought it was red hot. See, I need my glasses. I'm blind. Okay, so I die cut ahead of time that for our wagon and then those for our wheels. And we're going to just assemble. So I'm going to put a dot of glue in the center of our wheel. Oops, stuck to me. And then put, this is Bubble Bath, although you could have used any one of the colors in this. And then we're going to, oh no, let's do the wheels first. So I'm going to put 3 small dots around the wheel well. I think that's what that's called. I don't know. And then just put our wheels on. Oh, I didn't stamp the doodah. Okay, we got to do that. And I know you know what I mean by doodah, right? Does everybody know what I meant? Do I need to define doodah? Okay, so the wheels or the wagon's going to go on next. And then this little fun guy is going to go on with mini dimensionals. Whoops. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1. You're going to want to make sure your mini dimensionals are like that because they fit perfectly. But if you have them kind of going up and down instead of side to side, I don't know if they're going to fit as well. Okay, peel your, the minis can be a little challenging peeling the little backing off. They're a little stubborn. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so when I'm putting the railing on, I'm just going to go above the wheel. Just above the wheel. Because I don't want it covering too much of all that I just took a lot of effort to color. Okay, so when I said doodah, the puller thingy. My doodah is your go-to word for a lot of things. It's because, Debbie, I don't know what they're called. I honestly don't know words. I don't. Words. Oh, and the other doodah. Jamie Babarsi. Okay. While we're at it, let's do the sentiment, which, let me get I have one right here. Perfect. A smaller, I say smaller, but that thing is huge. Hold on. A smaller piece of white. I wanted a nice thin happy birthday sentiment. And there is this really fun celebrating someone special sentiment, and they're sending loads of happiness, but I really want to just happy birthday. And so this happy birthday that I'm going to use is from the Go-To Greetings. It is a favorite of mine. I'm going to show you in just a second. Mostly because it has so many sentiments, meaning a birthday, a thank you, a thinking of you, maybe even like a hello. So it covers all the bases, but it also has different fonts. So it has your more traditional and serious, really scripty font, has your really fun, almost whimsical looking font. And then it has like, kind of somewhere in between font. So this is it's a go-to greetings of mine, the go-to greetings. And if you don't have it, you definitely should check it out. I love this one so much. I use it a lot. So I just pulled in the happy birthday from there because I wanted a nice thin happy birthday. I go to the I can see where it gets its name, right? You're like, oh, no wonder why it's called Go To Greetings, because I keep going for it. And as I've said in the past, I like to, oops, wow, that one flying. I like to stamp my thin sentiments first and then die cut and then trim it down. I find it's how my brain works. Because I feel like if I were to stamp it on the thin piece, I would stamp it sideways or not center or whatever. This way, I don't know. That's what I think. Snip the end in a banner. Okay. And then I also forgot to stamp the other doodah. The banners. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it, Noreen? It's a good one. It's a beaut. Everybody know what movie? Oh, I don't think that was Bubble Bath. That looks like Fresh Freesia. I think we should do Fresh Freesia because it pops more. That does not look like the right color. Yeah, I think I stamped that in. I'm not going to even clean my stamp. Ready? Don't gasp. Bubble Bath and Fresh Freesia are so similar. I can pretty much, as long as I'm going from the light into the dark, we're good. Okie dokie. Now that I remember the doodads, I got to get the doodad dies. So the banner die and the pulley thingy, the lever. I don't know. Whatever this is called. I should really just look up words before I go live. Yep. I just don't know words. Okay, we're going to die cut this out. Wagon hand. Oh, a handle. That sounds so much better than pulley thingy. Oh, handle. Yes. See, when you say it, I'm like, oh, handle. My sentiment does not look straight. But when I'm thinking of the word, the only thing that comes to mind is pulley thingy. So there's that. Okay, so we're going to attach the handle. Thank you, Debbie. The pulley thingy, depending on how your brain works, with just some liquid glue. You'll notice that it cuts out a little bit longer, so it gives you space to be able to adhere it behind the wagon, which genius Stampin' Up on your part. Thank you. And then, ready? There's something about a fresh thing of dimensionals that just soothes the soul. A little dramatic, but it is pretty special. I'm going to load this up way more than it needs to be. And then I'm going to put a mini on the banner. And then I don't want the handle flapping in the wind. And so I'm going to cut a mini dimensional in half and just put it, just to kind of secure it a little bit. Actually, I can put this one down here too. Oh, forget it. It's too small. Pulley thingy. Yep. That's what we're going to call it from now on. Come on, Minnie. Don't be silly. There we go. Thank you. And these will come off a lot easier. One of my cats once had a dimensional backing stuck to him. It was so cute. Okay, where's my thing? Here's my thing. Okie dokie. Now we're going to build. Am I on camera? I am on camera. So I'm going to go just higher. Make sure everything's in. I'm going to take some liquid glue, and I'm only going to put it on the not outside banners. So let's see. I think there's 5. I think maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, because the other ones kind of hang off. Gosh, I love these. I'm a such sucker for banners. I love a banner. I really, really do. Whoa! What happened? I take my hand up, look down, I'm like, well, how did that happen? It's all sorts of wonky. And then my sentiment, let's throw a couple of dimensionals on that. Peel and stick. Oh, don't stick to my grid paper now. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to just do a bow, a fork bow. Come on. Now, I took my fork out. I thought I took my fork out, and I did not take my fork out. So to do a fork bow, I'm going to go kind of quick because if you need it slower, just catch the replay and do stop, rewind, play, stop, rewind, play. So you're going to need a serving fork. And actually the other day I went looking on Amazon to see if they sell serving forks. And they are there. They're not this exact one, but you can find serving forks. In other words, you need a bigger fork, or you can also do a wide toothed comb. Okay. And that's actually a little bit better because you can make different sized bows. Whereas if I use a fork bow, it's always going to be that size. So I keep my ribbon on. I don't cut it yet. And I wrap my ribbon around the left side of my fork. So it kind of makes this V going around the back of the fork. And I have enough here that I need to eventually like tie a knot and make a bow and tie a knot. So don't cut it too short. You don't want it like this. You want it longer. This is what, maybe 3 inches or so. And then you're going to go over the front piece that's here. So over and then through the bottom of the middle prong. And then you pull everything nice and tight. I pinch that back ribbon between my middle and pointer, and then this guy that's in the front, I just kind of shove him to the middle, show him who's boss, and then I go up and through that middle prong that I went through before. Now I cut my ribbon, and then I tie a single knot. Do not tie a double knot. It will be so chunky and look a little weird. A nice tight, pull it really tight. A nice tight single knot in the back will do just fine. And then you pull it off your fork and you have a beautiful bow. At which point you can trim your bow tails or bow legs. I said that once. And then just kind of make sure it's laying how you want it to lay. And I put it right here. I'm actually going to nestle it kind of in that hole. I don't know if you can see it, like in that hole, because I don't want it sticking out too much. And I'm going to grab a glue dot. Which side with that side? I'm just going to pick up a glue dot and lay it down. This ribbon is awesome because it comes in bubble bath. It's a trio. You get bubble bath, azure afternoon, which I used on this card, and you also get lemon lolly. So you get 3, and I've used them so much. I feel like that should lay like that instead. So much. Love them. It's got a little sparkle, and they're just really pretty. Okay, there you go. There we have it. Okay. So keeping it monochromatic, you could go purples, pinks. You could go greens, blues. You could go yellows, oranges. You could go browns. The sky's the limit. You could really do so much in just different variations, or just bring on the color. If you are I love all the color kind of person, of course I can't pick this one up for the life of me. There we go. Then just color it in so many just beautiful colors that coordinate together and work together and are really pretty. So I love this set, Filled with Fun. It is available in the online exclusives right now. If you are interested in shopping, I almost typed that wrong. You can go to jamieb.com. That is my catch-all link. You can find links to my upcoming events, although I don't have any right now, to my blog, to shop. Starter kit is up there. All the things. That's my catch-all link. You can get a hold of me, email me, all the things. Okay? So Filled with Fun. I had fun. This was a blast. You want to see the blue one? Sure. Hold on. Let me flip it back again. So there's the blue one. Side by side. So it's just exact same layout, exact same. This would, someone I think on Instagram said it would make a great baby shower card. And I think I agree. So either way, you can just switch up the colors and do so much to make it work. You know, if someone, like loves whatever, greens, then just make a green card. I love how versatile it is. Okay. So there you go, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful day with me stamping and maybe you learned a thing or two. I hope you give the layout a try. And of course, add the Filled with Fun bundle to your next order. It's a good one. If you have any questions, let me know. Reach out to me. I'm always happy to help. And I will see you back. Same time, same place next week, everyone. Happy stamping. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.